Everybody sees the result. Nobody sees the nights, the empty room, the unanswered calls, the moments when quitting would have been easier. That's the part they never talk about. I remember sitting alone with the city outside, trying to make sense of every mistake in my life. No money in the account, no plan that felt certain, just a stubborn little voice saying keep working. I had people tell me maybe this isn't your time, maybe they were right, but I couldn't let their doubt become the story of mine. So I kept moving slowly, one day at a time, learning how to lose without losing my mind. Some friends disappeared when the struggle lasted too long. Some stayed close just to tell me where I was wrong. I appreciated both the lesson and the loyalty, because pressure shows you what people really believe. No one saw the night.
No one saw the nights.
No one saw the pain. They only see the sunlight.
Never watched me walk through rain.
No one saw the night.
When I almost walked away.
That's why I don't need applause.
I know what it took to stay.
I watch people chase success like it would fix their soul, buying things they couldn't afford just to look like they were whole. I almost made that mistake, thought money meant freedom. Then I realized freedom starts inside your thinking. You can have a full bank account and still be terrified, still compare yourself, still need somebody else to tell you that you're alive. I don't want that life, I want my family comfortable, I want my people healthy, I want my word to mean something when I say I'll be there. I've seen too many people trade peace for attention, too many friendships destroyed by competition. So I stopped comparing, stopped checking who was ahead. My only competition is the person I was yesterday. Nobody is coming to save you. And that's not bad news. It means you finally understand what you're capable of. Now when I look back, I don't feel ashamed. Every failure had a reason, every loss left a name. Every setback taught me how to build without shortcuts, how to keep my head clear when everything around me got loud. I stopped asking why me, started asking what now. That's a different mindset, that's how you break out. Because life isn't fair, it never promised to be. Some people get a head start, some start 10 miles behind, but you still control what you do with your time. So I keep going even when nobody notices, even when the progress looks almost invisible. Because one day the small steps become distance, the distance becomes momentum, and momentum becomes a life you once thought was impossible. That's what I'm building, not an image, not a reputation, a life. Something my family can be proud of, something the younger version of me would've looked at and believed. So let them underestimate you, let them laugh, let them doubt. You don't need to convince them, you just need to keep your promise to yourself. No one saw the night.
No one saw the nights.
No one saw the pain. They only see the sunlight.
Never watched me walk through rain.
No one saw the night.
When I almost walked away.
That's why I don't need applause.
I know what it took to stay.
No one saw the nights.
No one saw the nights.
But I remember everyone. That's why I keep moving until the work is finally done. They'll see the victory. Just remember, you earned it when nobody was watching. I remember the day, everything disappeared. Money, friends, trust, plans for a minute. I thought losing everything meant I had nothing left. Then I realized I still had myself. And sometimes that's where rebuilding begins. I woke up to an empty room, phone full of silence. No messages, no calls, just the weight of the consequences. People who said forever suddenly became strangers. Funny how loyalty gets tested when the situation changes. I had people around me when the table had food. When the money came in and everything looked good, then the pressure hit hard and the room got smaller. One by one, everybody found a reason to disappear. I wasn't angry, I was watching. Because sometimes losing people is the only way you find out who they were. One called me family, another called me brother. But when I needed somebody, I couldn't find either. That's That's when I stopped measuring loyalty by words. I started measuring it by presence. Who answered, who showed up, who stayed, who suddenly became too busy. The answers hurt, but they also made things clear.
They left me with nothing, so I built from the floor. Lost the people I trusted, found out what they were worth. They left me with nothing, thought I'd never rise again.
But sometimes losing everybody
shows you who you really are within.
One of them came back months later, acting like nothing happened, talking about old memories, talking about the good times. I listened, didn't argue, didn't insult him. Then he asked if I could help. That's when I almost laughed. Not because it was funny, because some people only remember your number when they need something. I told him the truth.
Where were you when I had nothing?
He didn't answer, there was nothing to say. That's the thing about betrayal, you don't always need revenge. Sometimes you just need distance. Let people live with the choices they made. Let time explain what you couldn't. I stopped trying to convince people that I was worth keeping. If someone wants to leave, open the door, because holding somebody in your life who already decided to abandon you is another way of abandoning yourself. Nothing left, nobody calling. Nothing left, nobody calling. Still breathing, still building, still building, building. Nothing left, nobody calling. Still breathing, still building, still building, building. Did the rebuilding took longer than I expected. No miracle, no sudden breakthrough, just small wins. One bill paid, one problem solved. One morning where I didn't feel completely lost. That's how it starts. Not with everything changing, but one thing becoming better, then another, then another. Eventually I looked around and realized I had built something nobody could take from me. Not because I became rich, not because everybody came back, because I stopped needing to know that freedom. When somebody leaves, you don't have to chase them. When somebody betrays you, you don't have to become bitter. When life takes everything, you don't have to believe you're finished. Sometimes the empty room is exactly what you needed. No distractions, no fake loyalty, no people pretending to care. Just you, your mistakes, your future, and another chance.
They left me with nothing,
but nothing gave me space.
Space to think, space to grow, space to build something real.
And now, I don't fear losing people the way I used to, because I've already learned something important.
I can lose almost everything
and still rebuild.
They left me with nothing, so I built from the floor. Lost the people I trusted, found out what they were worth. They left me with nothing, thought I'd never rise again.
But sometimes losing everybody
shows you who you really are within.
They left me
with nothing,
and I still became strong. Sometimes the people who leave you are the reason you finally move on. They thought they took everything. They didn't. They left me with the one thing I needed, a reason to rebuild. They left me with nothing. They never heard the truth. They never heard the truth. Everybody knows a version of your story. The version they heard, the version they assumed. But the truth usually belongs to the person who lived it. They heard I walked away, never heard why I left. They heard I changed, never saw what changed me. They saw the distance and called it arrogance. Never saw the nights when I needed space to breathe. I lost people because I stopped explaining, stopped defending every choice to people who weren't listening. That's when I learned you could tell the truth and still be misunderstood. Some people don't want answers, they want a story that makes them feel better. So I let them have it, let them talk, let them build their version. I had work to do. They never heard the truth, they only heard the noise. They judged me by the silence, never heard the choice. They never heard the truth, but I don't need them to. I know what I survived and I know what I had to do. do. I remember sitting with my mother when the bills were stacked high, trying to keep my voice calm while she could see it in my eyes. I told her we'd be alright, didn't know if that was true, but sometimes hope is the only thing you can give. So I worked, took the long road, made mistakes, started over. Every setback made me more careful. Every failure made me more honest. I stopped looking for shortcuts because shortcuts always collect the price, and I had already paid enough. People saw the final result and thought it happened overnight. They didn't see the years I spent becoming someone who could handle it. That's the part nobody celebrates. The preparation, the patience, the mornings when you keep going because quitting would hurt more than continuing. You don't owe everybody an explanation, especially people who already decided what they want to believe. Now I move with peace, not because everything is perfect, because I've stopped trying to control every opinion. Some people will misunderstand you, let them. Some will judge you, let them. Some will leave, let them. Your job isn't to keep everybody. Your job is to become someone you respect. That's what took me years to understand. I used to think winning meant proving people wrong. Now I think winning means not becoming bitter because they were wrong about you. That's harder. Anybody can become angry, anybody can hold a grudge, but it takes strength to keep your heart clean after people tried to poison it. So I remember the ones who believed without proof, the ones who saw potential before there was success, the ones who didn't need a reason to stand beside me. Those are the people who know the real story, and maybe that's enough. I don't need the whole world to understand where I came from. I just need to know where I'm going, because the truth doesn't need a crowd. It survives even when nobody is listening. They never heard the truth, they only heard the noise. They judge me by the silence, never heard the choice. They never heard the truth, but I don't need them to. I know what I survived, and I know what I had to do. They never heard the truth, maybe they never will, but I'm not chasing understanding. I'm chasing something real. They never heard the truth. They never heard the truth. Let them believe their version. You keep living yours. Eventually, the life you build will tell the story for you. The streets weren't the only thing I had to watch. Sometimes the person sleeping beside you knows more about you than anybody. And when trust, it doesn't always make noise. Sometimes it just changes the way you look at somebody forever. Enough to make them loyal, so I stopped asking what I could have done differently, because eventually you
You knew you went there.
I left that night with more than heartbreak. I left with a lesson. Trust is powerful, but trust without boundaries can become another weakness. I learned to keep something for myself, not because I stopped loving people, because I finally understood that everybody doesn't deserve access to every part of you. She moved on, I moved forward. That's different. Moving on means forgetting. Moving forward means remembering without letting the memory control you. I still think about the good lows. I don't pretend they didn't happen, but I'll confuse good memories with a good relationship. That's maturity. Knowing something was real and still knowing it wasn't right for you. The streets taught me to watch my back. She taught me to watch mine, and both lessons mattered, because surviving isn't only about making it through dangerous nights. Sometimes survival means walking away from somebody you love before their choices destroy the person you're becoming. I didn't become bitter, I came careful. I didn't stop trusting, I stopped trusting blindly. And now, if somebody wants a place in my life, they don't get it because of what they say. They earned it through what they do. And I gave them my trust.
She knew every secret,
Every scar, every cut, she knew my weak.
she knew my weakness.
That's why I broke so deep I could survive the streets, but I
Couldn't survive the deceit. She knew my weakness.
But now I know mine. Never give somebody your whole heart before they prove they're worth the time. The hardest betrayal isn't when somebody leaves. It's when you realize you trusted them with a version of yourself they never deserved to see. Some people think they know what broke you. They don't. They only see what you build afterward. They see the calm, they see the confidence. They never saw what it took to become that person. I had seasons in my life when nothing went right. Bills stacking on the table, sleep disappearing every night. Phone full of problems, mind full of doubt. Still got up every morning and figured something out. I lost people I trusted, lost plans I believed in, lost parts of myself trying to keep everybody with me. Then one day I realized I was carrying people who wouldn't carry me. So I dropped the weight, not with anger, with acceptance. Some doors closed because there's something better waiting past them. I stopped asking why they left, started asking what I could build with the space they left behind. I was built from the ashes, not the easy days. Every loss became a lesson, every scar became a way. I was built from the ashes, you can see it in my eyes. I don't fear another setback, I've already learned to rise. I remember being younger with a head full of plans, thinking hard work alone would put the world in my hands. Nobody told me how many times you fall, how many doors stay locked, how many people won't call. I thought success was reaching some finish line. Now I know it's waking up and still respecting your own life. It's taking care of your people, keeping your promises, admitting when you're wrong and learning from the consequences. I don't need to look perfect, I need to stay honest, because every fake version of yourself eventually becomes exhausting. So I stop performing, stop trying to impress. If they understand me, good. If they don't, I'm still moving. You don't have to prove that you were hurt. You have to prove that the hurt didn't control you. Now I look at my past without wanting to rewrite it. Every mistake, every wrong turn, every person I invited, it all brought me here. I don't romanticize the struggle. Pain isn't beautiful just because you survived it. But if you live through it, use it. Turn it into discipline, turn it into wisdom, turn it into something that helps the next person. That's what I want. I want the younger people around me to see another option, to know they can work hard without becoming cold. They can succeed without forgetting their people. They can leave the old life without hating where they came from. That's real growth. Not pretending the past never happened, understanding it, then choosing something different. So if you're listening and you're tired, I understand. If you broke, keep building. If you failed, learn. If somebody left, let them. If nobody believes in you, start with yourself, because there will be a morning when everything looks different. Not because life became easier, because you became stronger at handling it. I was built from the ashes, not the easy days. Every loss became a lesson, every scar became a way. I was built from the ashes, you can see it in my eyes. I don't fear another setback, I've already learned to rise. flame. Everything that tried to break me helped me build a stronger name. They thought the fire finished me. It didn't. It showed me what was left when everything else burned away. They call it cold. I call it survival. When you watch people disappear, and you've seen loyalty change hands, you stop expecting the world to be fair. You learn to keep your eyes open, because out here, trust can be worth more than money. They call it. I grew up watching grown men gamble with tomorrow, trying to feed a family while drowning in their sorrow. Everybody wanted something, everybody had a reason, but pressure makes a person show the truth behind the speeches. I saw brothers turn against each other over pride. Saw a handshake become a problem nobody could hide. Saw people promise loyalty then vanish when it mattered. Like the bond meant nothing once the situation shattered. I kept my circle tight, never needed many, because one real person beats a room full of empty promises. I learned to read silence, learn to watch behavior, learn that somebody's character shows up when there's nothing they can gain. That's the street lesson nobody teaches you. You learn it when it's too late.
No love for the weak, that's what the streets taught me. But I learned something deeper. The strong don't have to be angry. No love for the weak, still I kept my soul. I survived the cold without letting the cold take control.
There was a time I thought respect meant being feared. Thought nobody could touch you if everybody knew your name. I was wrong. Fear disappears, respect lasts. And respect isn't something you demand, it's something your actions build. I watched a man lose everything because he couldn't control his temper. Every problem became a challenge, every challenge became a war. Eventually there was nobody left beside him. That's when I understood you can win every argument and still lose your entire life. So I started choosing my battles. Some insults don't deserve an answer, some people don't deserve your energy. Some situations aren't worth proving anything. You don't have to react just because somebody wants a reaction. That's real strength, knowing you could and choosing not to.
Stay calm, stay sharp, protect your peace, protect your name. No love for the weak, no love for the weak, no love, no love, no love for the weak, no love for the weak, no love for the weak, no love.
I've lost people, I've lost people.
I've lost people, I've lost opportunities. I've lost years trying to understand people who never wanted to be understood. But I gained perspective. Now I know what matters. My word, my family, my future, my ability to wake up every morning and still recognize myself. That's worth more than reputation, more than money, more than being the toughest person in the room. Because eventually, everybody gets tested, everybody gets tired, everybody faces something they can't intimidate. And when that moment comes, your character is all you have left. So I don't walk around pretending I'm invincible. I know life can change overnight, I know people can betray you, I know plans can collapse. But I've been through enough to know I can rebuild. That's why I don't fear losing what isn't real anymore. If you leave, go. If you betray me, that's your choice. If you doubt me, watch. I don't need revenge, I need progress. Because the best answer to people who underestimated you is becoming someone they can no longer recognize. Not colder, not crueler, stronger, wiser, harder to manipulate. That's what survival gave me. No love for the weak, that's what the streets taught me. But I learned something deeper. The strong don't have to be angry. No love for the weak, still I kept my soul. I survived the cold without letting the cold take control. No love for the weak, I don't need to prove I'm tough. I've survived enough nights to know that I survived. survived enough.
The world can make you cold if you let it. I chose something harder. I stayed human. They call it cold. They call it cold.
No love for the fake, no love for the fake, no love for the fake.
I learned this early.
Not everybody beside you is beside you.
Some people watch your back
Because they care, others because they're waiting for you to turn around.
We came from cold nights where the street taught us patience, where a little bit of trust could build a whole foundation. I had people in my corner when the pockets stayed thin, sharing whatever we had and calling that a win. No cameras, no applause, no reason to pretend. Just a few young men trying to make it to the end. Then the pressure started rising, so did the expectations. Funny how success creates different conversations. One friend wanted money, one wanted recognition, one wanted my position, another wanted my connections. I saw the friendship changing right in front of my eyes. No argument, no warning, just colder replies. That's when I understood what nobody told me. Sometimes betrayal doesn't arrive, it slowly gets comfortable.
No love for the fake.
No space at my table if you couldn't stand beside me when my life was unstable.
No love for the
I
fake.
learned to let it go. I'd rather walk alone than let the wrong people control the road.
I remember one night when a rumor hit the block. Everybody had a story, but nobody knew the facts. One friend pointed fingers, another changed his tone. Someone who knew everything suddenly knew nothing at all. I didn't chase the noise, I let the silence speak. Because liars get nervous when they don't know what you think. Give them enough time, they expose themselves. The truth doesn't need muscle, it doesn't need somebody else. That's why I stopped reacting to every little thing. You can't control a rumor, you can control what you bring. So I kept my head straight, kept my people close, kept my plans private, and watched who came and went. Cause everybody wants access when the door looks open, but when the storm arrives, that's when the truth gets spoken. You don't lose fake friends, you lose the illusion that they were ever real. I got older, started seeing things differently. The same street that once looked dangerous started looking like history. Every corner had a lesson, every face had a story. Some people made it, some people didn't. Some people became everything they said they'd never be. That's the part that hurts, not the enemies. The potential you see in people who never used it. I learned I can't save everybody, can't carry everybody, can't force somebody to want better. So I focused on myself, my family, my future, the people who actually showed me love. I don't need revenge against the ones who betrayed me. Life handles enough without my help. Let them live with their choices, I live with mine. Mine is simple, build something real. Keep my word, protect my peace, remember my roots, and never become the kind of man I once needed protection from. That's the real victory, not having enemies afraid of you. Having a life they can't take away.
No love for the fake.
No space at my table if you couldn't stand beside me when my life was unstable.
No love for the
I
fake.
learned to let it go. I'd rather walk alone than let the wrong people control my life. I know what loyalty costs. If I lose you for choosing peace, then I didn't lose much. No love for the fake.
I know,
No love for the fake. No love for the fake.
I know what loyal, no loyal. I know what loyalty costs. If I lose you for choosing peace, then I didn't lose much. Keep your circle honest. Keep your heart guarded. And never confuse being surrounded with being loved. With being loved. No love. No love. With being loved.
Fear was always there. You just learn how to walk with it.
You couldn't afford to freeze. Couldn't afford to trust every smile. Couldn't afford to make the same mistake twice. I bet. You either learn from yesterday or yesterday
became your future. Sun going down, another night starting. No neighborhood quiet, but the tension still talking. Everybody outside, everybody watching, trying to read the room before the trouble gets started. I knew some faces, I knew some names, but knowing somebody doesn't mean you know what they're capable of. That's the lesson I learned young. Never assume, never move careless, never let somebody else's confidence become yours. I watch people get comfortable around the wrong crowd, laughing like nothing could ever bring them down. Then one bad choice turned the whole situation, and suddenly everybody needed an explanation. I kept my head low, stayed focused, watched the exits, watched the people, because surviving isn't always about being fearless. Sometimes it's knowing exactly what you should be afraid of.
No room for fear, but fear still walks with me.
I learned to keep my eyes open
for the things I couldn't see. No room for fear, every choice has a price.
You can survive the pressure
if you learn to think twice.
I had a friend who thought being hard meant never backing down. Every little disagreement had him ready to make a sound. I told him, man, pride ain't gonna keep you alive. He laughed, said I was thinking too much. Maybe he wasn't thinking enough. Months later he was gone from the neighborhood, not dead, just gone. He finally understood that sometimes the smartest move is walking away. That's something the young don't always understand. You don't have to win every argument, you don't have to answer every insult, you don't have to prove yourself to people who already decided what they think. Sometimes survival is swallowing your pride and making it home. That's the part nobody puts in the stories. The quiet decisions, the moments when you could have made everything worse and chose not to. Think first. Think first. Move second. Live long enough to see tomorrow. Think first. Think first. Think first. Years later, I understand those nights differently. Back then, I thought. Years later, I understand those nights differently. Back then, I thought survival meant being stronger than everybody. Now I know it means knowing yourself, knowing when you're angry,
Knowing when you're being manipulated,
knowing when somebody wants you to make a decision that benefits them. That's real awareness. Because betrayal doesn't always come from an enemy. Sometimes it comes from somebody pushing you toward a choice they wouldn't make themselves. That's why I stopped moving on emotion. Emotion is powerful, but when somebody controls your emotions, they can control your decisions. So I learned patience, I learned distance, I learned how to leave a situation before it became something bigger. And I learned that protecting yourself doesn't mean living scared, it means respecting consequences.
every choice has one, every road has a price.
Every person around you can influence where you end up.
So I choose carefully now.
I don't need to prove I'm fearless.
Ooh.
I just need to make it home. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
No room for fear,
No room for fear, but fear still walks with me.
I learned to keep my eyes open
For the things I couldn't see.
no room for fear.
Every choice has a price.
You can survive the pressure.
Oh, if you learn to think
No
twice.
room for fear.
I don't need to prove a thing. The smartest man in the room knows when to leave. Fear isn't weakness. Sometimes fear is the voice telling you to survive. Listen to it and keep moving. And keep moving. You learn a lot about people when the good times disappear, when the money gets low, when the phone stops ringing, when the room gets quiet, and there's nobody left to impress. That's when you remember who stayed. You learn a lot about people. We were laughing through the stress, trying to make a little money out of nothing but a guess. Same friends, same block, same dreams in our heads. Talking about the future while we slept in separate beds. Nobody had much, but nobody ate alone. If one had a little extra, everybody had some. That's how we grew up. You protect your people. You don't need a speech when the loyalty is equal. Then life started moving. Everybody took a role. Some chased money, some chased fame, some carried heavy loads. And somewhere in the middle, people started changing sides. That's when I learned you can't judge loyalty by what somebody said.
The ones who stayed.
The ones who stayed.
I remember every name.
When the lights went out.
When the lights went out.
They never walked away. The ones who stayed.
The ones who stayed.
That's the family I claim.
That's the family I claim.
Everybody loves the sunshine, but loyalty survives the rain. I had one friend who disappeared when I was struggling and came back years later when everything was looking better. No anger, no argument, I just saw the difference. Some people love your success, some love your presence. Some only love you when they need something, that's a lesson. You don't learn from a book, you learn it with somebody you trust to changes how they look. One started talking, one started lying. One told me, brother, I'm with you, while quietly deciding I didn't expose them. Didn't chase revenge, I just moved different and protected what remained, because peace is expensive too, and I wasn't wasting mine. I stopped explaining my plans, stopped announcing every move. Let them wonder, let them talk, let the results prove the truth. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You need the right people to believe when nobody else does. Yeah. Now I look back and understand the whole picture. The losses, the mistakes, every night I felt bitter. I thought every setback was taking something away. Didn't realize some losses were making room for better days. Some people had to leave, some doors had to close, some friendships had to end so I could finally grow. That's life, you can't carry everybody to the place you're trying to reach. Sometimes love means distance, sometimes silence means peace. But I still remember the people who were there, the ones who didn't disappear when nobody else cared. The friend who answered when the night got heavy, the one who gave advice without expecting something better, the ones who knew my flaws and never used them as a weapon. Those are the people I would call in a second, because money can disappear, cars can break, fame can fade, but somebody who stood beside you when you had nothing, that's something money can't replace. So if you have people like that, protect them, call them, tell them you appreciate them. Life moves faster than anybody wants to admit. One day you're sitting together, next day you're remembering. The ones who stayed.
The ones who stayed.
I remember every name.
I remember every name.
When the lights went out.
When the lights went out.
They never walked away. The ones who stayed.
The ones who stayed.
That's the family I claim.
That's the family I claim.
Everybody loves the sunshine, but loyalty survives the rain. The ones who stayed.
The ones who stayed.
When nobody knew my name.
The ones who stayed.
When I had nothing to gain. If I ever make it somewhere, they'll be standing in the frame. The ones who stayed. Don't forget the people who loved you before the world did. Those are the ones worth remembering. The ones. There are some names I don't say anymore, not because I forgot them, because remembering everything names I don't say can keep you trapped in the same place where I come from. Survival wasn't about being the toughest, it was about knowing when to move and knowing who not to trust. Back when the nights felt longer than the days, we learned real quick that the streets don't play. Everybody had a story, everybody had a name, but one bad decision could change everything. I watch young brothers chase money too fast, trying to escape the future by repeating the past. Some wanted respect, some wanted a reputation, some couldn't tell the difference between pride and desperation. I remember empty pockets, cold food on the table, trying to stay focused when my life wasn't stable. Had people around me saying, brother, I got you. Then pressure hit the room and suddenly nobody knew you. That's when I learned, don't listen to what people promise, watch what they do, cause words are cheap when nothing's on the line, and loyalty gets expensive when survival is involved.
Names I don't say.
became family.
Some became December.
Names I don't
Names I don't say. Lessons that remain.
You can walk away from people,
but you can't walk away from what they change.
I saw betrayal come from people I defended, people I would've trusted when the whole world ended. Funny how the closest ones can know where you're weak and use every secret that you told them when they speak. That's why I stopped telling everybody where I'm headed, stopped explaining every move before I ever made it. Keep your plans quiet, keep your circle smaller, cause everybody smiling ain't happy when you're getting stronger. I learned that survival isn't always about fighting. Sometimes it's leaving, sometimes it's silence, sometimes it's knowing somebody's dangerous and refusing to stand close enough to find out how dangerous. I've seen pride destroy friendships, I've seen jealousy destroy brothers, I've seen people trade years of loyalty for one moment of opportunity. That's the part nobody talks about. The street doesn't always take your life, sometimes it takes your trust, and that's harder to replace. Watch your back, watch your back, watch your back, watch your back, watch your back. Watch your circle, watch your choices. Not everybody beside you is with you.
Names I don't say. Names I don't say. Names I don't say.
I've seen enough to know the difference now
Between somebody who fears you
and somebody who respects you,
between somebody who needs you,
and somebody who values you,
between a friend and somebody waiting for the right moment to become an enemy. That's why I don't move angry anymore, I move aware. Every mistake taught me something, every betrayal sharpened something, every loss made me look twice. I don't glorify the streets, I remember them. The cold nights, the empty rooms, the people who disappeared, the ones who came home changed, the ones who never came home. That's survival. Not looking tough, not pretending you're fearless, is waking up the next morning and still knowing who you are. I've carried enough memories to understand one thing: you can't save everybody, you can't trust everybody, and you definitely can't let somebody else's betrayal turn you into somebody you don't recognize.
so I keep moving.
Same city,
Different eyes,
same scars,
different mind,
and the names I don't say.
still taught me how to survive.
The games I don't say. The games I don't say.
Things I don't say, faces I remember.
Some became family.
Some became December.
Things I don't say.
Lessons that remain.
You can walk away from people,
But you can't walk away from what they changed.
names
Things I don't say.
still live inside my memory. Some taught me loyalty, some taught me what betrayal means. I don't hate the past, I learned from it. That's the difference. You survive the streets, but you don't have to let the streets live inside you forever. When the money came, when the money came, when the money came, money has a strange way of changing the room. People don't always change. Sometimes they just stop hiding. And when you finally have something, you find out who was happy for you and who was waiting for you to fail. We came up with nothing but a name and a dream, trying to make a dollar stretch farther than it seemed. Late nights, cold streets, everybody chasing something. Some wanted respect, some wanted money, some just wanted a way out of the place that raised us. I remember sharing meals when nobody had enough, talking like the future was waiting just for us. Then the first check landed, everything felt different. Same clothes, same faces, different intentions. One friend started counting what he thought I owed, another started telling people things I never told. I didn't confront him, I watched, because sometimes the truth appears faster when you stop asking questions. When the money came, the smiles got strange. Everybody wanted a piece, everybody wanted a name. When the money came, I finally understood. The ones who loved me broke, the ones who loved the money could. I had people call me brother,
knew my number and they knew exactly what for. Remember me? Remember those days? Yeah. I remember everything, that's why I know your ways. You weren't there when the fridge was empty. You weren't there when I questioned if the dream was worth it. You weren't there when I needed one person to say keep going. But now you see the progress and suddenly you're showing that's not love, that's opportunity. And I learned to tell the difference without turning it into hostility. Because I don't need revenge, I need boundaries. There's a difference. You can forgive somebody and still never give them access. You can wish them well from a distance. You can let go without becoming bitter. That's what growing up taught me. The money didn't make me different. It made the truth easier to see. Now I think about the future more than I think about revenge. I want a house where my family can finally breathe. A table full of people who don't care what I earn. A life where every conversation doesn't come with a hidden motive. That's what success means to me. Not looking rich, being free from needing approval. Free from fake friendships, free from proving something to people who never believe. I've seen what happens when ambition gets mixed with ego. You start losing yourself, trying to convince everybody you're winning. I don't want that, I want stability, I want peace, I want the people I love to know they can call me when everything goes wrong. And if tomorrow all the money disappeared, I still have my lessons, I still have my memories, I still know who stayed. That's worth more than any number on the screen. Because money can buy a bigger room, but it can't decide who belongs inside it. That's your choice, so choose carefully. Not everybody deserves a seat at the table you built. When the money came, the smiles got strange. Everybody wanted a piece, everybody wanted a name. When the money came, I finally understood. The ones who loved me broke, the ones who loved money could. When the money came, I didn't lose my way. I just learned who was real and who was only there to take. When the money came, if success makes your circle smaller, don't be afraid. Sometimes, that's the first sign you're finally building something real. When the money came.
That night, I learned something about loyalty. You don't discover who your real people are when everything is going right. You discover them when everybody has a reason to leave.
Inside the car, barely saying what we needed. We had plans for the night, nothing written, nothing certain, but everybody knew the pressure waiting underneath the surface. One of us kept checking the phone, one kept staring at the street, and I could feel something different in the silence between the seats. Nobody wanted to ask, nobody wanted to know, because sometimes asking the question makes the answer real. When the phone rang, a name appeared. He looked at me, didn't say anything. That's when I knew something had changed, and whatever happened next was going to change all of us, was going to change all of us. The last one leaving was the one I never forgot. When everybody disappeared, he stayed there on the spot. The ladder for the last one leaving. Didn't ask what he could gain. He stayed when everything was falling. He stayed when everything was falling down. That's how I learned the name.
We waited, nobody came, the phone stopped ringing. The rain kept falling, the rain kept falling, and suddenly the whole night felt different. One person wanted to go, another wanted to wait. I said nothing, I was watching, cause every situation reveals people. One started making excuses, one started blaming everybody else, and one just stayed quiet. That's the one I remember, but he didn't make promises, didn't give a speech, didn't tell me he was loyal, he just stayed. Sometimes that's all you need, not somebody telling you they'll never leave. Somebody who proves it when leaving would be easy. No promises, no speeches, just presence. That's loyalty. People changed, some disappeared completely. Some came back, pretending nothing happened. But I never forgot that night. Cause it wasn't about what happened outside the car. It was about what happened inside us. Pressure showed everybody's character. One person ran, one person lied, one person stayed. And that was enough for me to understand everything. I've learned that loyalty isn't about standing beside somebody when they're winning. Anybody can do that. It's standing beside them when there's no reward, when the situation is uncomfortable, when nobody's watching, when staying could cost you something. That's when loyalty becomes real. I don't need 100 people around me. I need a few who don't change when the circumstances do. People who can disagree with me without becoming enemies. People who can tell me the truth without trying to destroy me. People who don't need to announce their loyalty because their actions already said everything. That night ended, the rain stopped, the city woke up again. But I walked away knowing something I didn't know before. You don't find real people by searching for them. You find them when life gives them a reason to leave, and they don't. The last one leaves
was the one I never forgot.
when everybody disappeared.
He stayed there on the spot.
The last one leaves.
Didn't ask what he could gain.
He stayed when everything was falling.
He stayed when everything was falling down.
That's how I learned the name. The last one to leave. That's the loyalty I trust, not the words somebody gives you, the actions that survive the dust. Anybody can say, but when the night gets cold, watch who stays. The last one Everybody talks about surviving. Yeah. Everybody talks about surviving. Nobody talks about what survival takes from you. The walls you build, the people you lose, the parts of yourself you have to leave behind. Sometimes making it out means carrying the past with you forever. I grew up where tomorrow was never guaranteed, where every empty pocket made you question what you need. We learned to stay alert, learn to recognize the signs, learn that one bad decision could change your whole life. My brothers had ambition, but ambition needs a chance, and sometimes all you have is a little faith in circumstance. We shared the same struggle, shared the weight of every loss, trying to find a better road without knowing what it cost. One friend chose the fast route, one friend chose the law. One disappeared completely, nobody knew what happened at all. That's how life works, different roads, same pressure. Some people break under it, some become much better. The cost of survival. If nobody sees the bill, you lose a little piece of yourself.
Every time you learn to stay still.
The cost of survival. You carry what you sing,
But I won't let the past decide who I'm gonna be.
I remember one night when the whole block went quiet. Everybody knew something happened, nobody wanted to talk about it. That's when I understood how fear controls a place. You can see it in the eyes, feel it in the way people change. Doors close earlier, conversations get shorter. Everybody watches everybody, nobody wants to be the first one to look like they know something. I hated that feeling, always expecting the worst, always thinking every good moment will be followed by something worse. But I refused to stay trapped inside that mindset. I wanted more than survival, I wanted a life for real one. A place where my family could sleep without fear of future, where my children wouldn't inherit my mistakes. That's when the mission changed. I stopped trying to look tough, started trying to become strong. There's a difference between being dangerous and being strong. One destroys everything, the other knows what's worth protecting. Years later, I still carry those memories, but they don't control me like they used to in the beginning. I learned to forgive myself for choices made under pressure. I was young, I was scared, I didn't know another way. That doesn't excuse everything, but it explains enough to finally let me breathe. Some people stay angry because anger feels powerful, but peace takes more strength. You have to accept what you can't change. You have to stop waiting for an apology. You have to understand that some people will never become who you hoped, and that's okay. Let them go. Build anyway, love anyway, trust carefully, dream
bigger. Because the greatest revenge isn't making somebody regret hurting you. It's becoming somebody they can no longer control. I don't want the old life back. I want the wisdom it gave me. I want the scars without the chains. I want to remember where I came from without being trapped there. That's what survival means now, not just staying alive. Building a life worth staying alive for.
The cost of survival.
Nobody sees the bill.
You lose a little piece of yourself every time you learn to stay still. The cost of survival. You carry what you see, but I won't let the past decide who I'm gonna be. The cost of survival.
I paid it with my youth.
Now I'm building something better and finally living with the truth.
The cost of survival. You survived the chapter. Write the next one. You survived. Chapter. Now write the next one.
There are nights you remember without trying. Not because something happened that you wanted, but because everything could have gone differently. We were young. We thought we understood the streets. We didn't. We were just learning how expensive one mistake could become.
Midnight on the avenue, headlights cutting through the rain. 3 shadows in the car, everybody feeling the same. Nobody said much, but everybody knew the tension. One wrong move tonight could turn the moment into a sentence. We had somewhere to be,
Somebody waiting,
but halfway there I noticed something wasn't right. Same car behind the same distance, same turns. I looked at my brother, he looked back, no words. Just that feeling, the kind that makes your stomach tighten when your instincts start talking louder than everybody else. We didn't know who was following, didn't know why, so we kept moving. No panic, no stupid decisions, just trying to make it somewhere safe. Because sometimes survival isn't about winning, it's about refusing to make the situation worse.
we couldn't go home, so we kept driving.
Every turn we took had us wondering who was hiding.
We couldn't go home, had to wait for the night.
Sometimes making it tomorrow means knowing when to leave tonight.
We took another road, then another. The car behind us disappeared. Maybe it was nothing, maybe it wasn't. That's the problem with living on instinct. You never know which feeling saved you and which one kept you awake. We finally pulled somewhere public, lights everywhere, people around, the pressure started fading. That's when one of us finally spoke. He said, "Man, I thought we were done."
Nobody laughed,
Because we all thought it. That night taught me something. Courage isn't pretending you aren't scared. Courage is staying clear-headed while you're scared. Anybody can make a reckless decision when adrenaline takes over. The hard part is thinking, choosing to exit, choosing tomorrow, choosing life over pride.
Stay calm. Read the room.
Choose the exit, make it home.
Years later, I still think about that night. Not because I know exactly who was behind us. I don't.
maybe it was nothing,
Maybe it was something we never understood.
but that's not the lesson.
The lesson
was how quickly fear can turn into a bad decision. One person wants to confront, another wants to run, another wants to pretend nothing is happening. And somewhere between those choices, you have to think clearly. I watch people let pride choose for death. I watch anger take over. I watch somebody turn a small situation into something they couldn't undo. I refuse to be that person. That night changed how I move. I don't need to look dangerous, I don't need to prove anything. I need to recognize when something feels wrong and respect that feeling. Because survival isn't about having no fear, it's about not letting fear control you. The streets taught me awareness, life taught me patience, and that night taught me something I never forget.
getting home safely is sometimes the biggest victory you'll ever have.
We couldn't go home, so we kept driving. Every turn we took had us wondering who was hiding. We couldn't go home, had to wait for the night. Sometimes making it tomorrow means knowing when to leave tonight.
But eventually morning came, and when the sun came up, we were still here to see the day. Some nights you don't win, you just survive. And sometimes that's enough. That's enough.